Hi, everybody. I am back, and I'm going to be sharing a project this time. So, for those who don't know me, I'm Stephanie, the Crafty Medic. I'm the one that is organizing this whole crazy event, and it's been awesome so far. I think we're just about halfway through, I think. Um, Anyways, I wanted to share this stamp set because it really jumped out at me when I looked at the new catalog. It's called Watercolor World, and it's actually super accurate. It has all these like little places that often get forgotten, like Tasmania and Hawaii. So that is super cool. I'm going to be doing one of my favorite techniques, which is a little bit noisy and a little bit messy, but I love it because that's just like me. So what I've done is I've put the stamp in the Stamparatus and I have some pieces of watercolor paper. And I think the name for this technique is the Stamparatus smack. I've heard that a few times. So I like to do it a few different ways. I've done it before, I've shown it before. This way right now, I'm going to just use one ink color. I'm using soft suede, and I'm going to ink up my image here, and I'm going to give it a good coat, and then I'm just going to stamp it normally onto my watercolor paper. This is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And because it's such a big stamp, it doesn't always stamp perfectly the first time, but I can go back and just redo the parts I want. It's not going to show a lot of the detail on the watercolor paper, and that's fine. It doesn't need to show detail for this. I just wanted to give it a little bit more definition because the next time we do this, I'm going to ink it up again. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spritzer, and this is just filled with water, and I'm going to spritz my stamp, and I'm going to get it pretty wet. It doesn't have to be completely soaked, but I do need some splashing to happen when I do this. And if you're wearing headphones, I don't know how well the microphone's going to pick this up, so you may want to plug your ears for a second because this is the part where I smack, and it's fun. All right, are we ready for this? I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go whack and see how we get those cool splashes and stuff. I didn't quite get as many as I wanted, so I'm going to do it again. Awesome. So now I've got like too many over here and not enough on North America. So I'm actually going to kind of dry off part of my stamp. This is just a microfiber cloth. And I'm going to put this down and I'm just going to give it a bit of a bang. And that's going to add a little bit more to North America there, maybe a little bit over Africa too. All right. So that's what we've got. I'm going to dry this off using my heat tool. I'm going to die cut it using a deckled rectangle. And so we're going to do that off camera. And through the magic of television, we now have this lovely piece here. So I've got the whole thing cut out with a decal. And now I'm going to show you the other thing that jumped out at me in this catalog because we have our amazing blender brushes. But did you notice that we now have the mini blender brushes as well? So you can use either of these. I really like the mini ones because you can get like into nooks and crannies a little bit better. You don't get as much coverage, but you get kind of into smaller areas. So I'm just going to start adding in some color because I want to make this look like kind of an old-timey map. And I'm doing this just on my table. Don't worry, my table wipes off. The beauty of this ink is it is water soluble. I will literally just wipe my table off after all of this. If you're doing this on a table that you're a little bit more precious about, yeah, put down some grid paper or just like some scrap paper. And then for my edges, I'm just going to go in and get my edges. Probably using more ink than I need to be doing on this, but that's okay. I'm just trying to do this like a quick and dirty kind of show you how it's done. I've got most of my edges done here, I think. Just this one here left. Get a little bit more in there. And this is where if you wanted to do any other distressing, you could do like a little bit of spritzing or some splashing. Oh, that was more than I wanted. I was trying to just get some little drops. See, now I'm just making a mess. That's okay. That's allowed. Now I gotta have to do a little bit more just to kind of that. See, that's what I was trying to get. Those like water droplet kind of looks. There we go. That's way more in line with what I was looking for. Anyways, you can do whatever you want. The other part I wanted to show you was how to get kind of like curly edges. And this is super easy. I like to do this anytime I'm doing something that's not like clean and graphic and modern. You just kind of bring your bone folder in, and whatever edges you want to kind of give a little bit of shape to, you can just kind of pull over your finger, and then you start working it a little bit and rolling it a little bit. And then once you get a good roll, you can kind of roll it back and forth, and then it'll get even better. And you can either just fold it and give it kind of a little bit of a dog ear, or you can roll it and actually roll it up into like a little rolled corner. See if I can even get this one really wants to fold. There we go. And then of course you don't want those like bright white pieces, so just give it a bit of a brush and that will help fold it too with that inked up blender brush. So there we go. So this is kind of our one layer. The other layer, I'm going to do another technique that I really like. So I'm going to put this one off to the side. And with this piece, this is just a 4 by 5¼ inch piece. I'm going to start breaking up the fibers. This is very cathartic. If you need to get some anger out, this is a great way to do it. You're just going to start breaking up some of those fibers in the cardstock, and what you'll start feeling is you'll start feeling it get really soft. And when you get to that point, you want to keep on going, because you want to do this until this cardstock starts peeling apart, and you can pick it up and you can just however you can stretch and break those fibers in that cardstock. You can see how this is a bit of a workout, and get some of those big feelings out. As you do this, you'll see that it starts to peel, and when you get there, if it's not like easily coming apart, just keep on going. It's actually going to get to the point where the cardstock is going to feel like fabric, like a thick fabric. And that's the point that you want. Don't worry if you kind of tear some edges. Again, this is all about distressing and those textures. So it's not a big deal if you get some like little ripped edges or things like that. So you can see how this is starting to peel. And then you can actually like peel this right apart. And what you'll get when you actually peel this apart is you have like one side, the shiny side that has more texture to it now, and then you have the inside that has kind of that like suede-y texture to it. So that's what I've got here. This is a piece that I've kind of crumpled up a little bit already. I've already started adding some ink to it as well. So I'm going to kind of keep going with that. You can see how it's kind of like almost like fabric already. So we're just going to add some, especially to some of these wrinkles. Like you can actually like get in there with your ink and kind of mush it on there to kind of bring that texture out some more. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to take, this is just a crumb cake card base, and I'm going to glue this on here. Got my favorite multi-purpose liquid glue. And then when I put this on here, I'm not going to worry too much about it being super flat and even. And I'm actually even going to scrunch it up a little bit. And that's where the glue is really nice, because you can actually, once it's on here, because this paper is so thin, you can actually kind of crumple it and give it some of those ridges and stuff, because the glue is liquid, so it's not going to set right away. Oh, did my computer die? Oh, no, it just went to sleep. Okay, so I've got that, and now I'm going to add my layer here. Oh, but I wanted to add some ribbon to this first, or some twine actually, and I'm just going to take the baker's twine from the annual catalog, and I'm just going to wrap this around here a few times. Where did my snips go? They seem to have misplaced my snips. Oh well, just need something to, just a little glue dot to hold that on. Oh, but I do need them to actually cut. Well, this is awkward. I need some kind of scissors. I don't see any scissors anywhere. What on earth? What did I do? I have like 12 pairs of scissors on my desk usually. Like, you can't move in my craft room without tripping over scissors. And right now there is no scissors to be found anywhere. Well, probably dropped them somewhere, and I'm gonna find them in the worst possible way. Because that's how these things go, right? Like I have pliers. I could maybe use these. Nope. The wire cutters on the pliers do not cut twine. All right, I'm gonna go to the other room and see if I can find alternate scissors. That is the weirdest thing ever. Kitchen snips it is. Okay, back to what I was actually doing here. Popping this up on dimensionals now that I've got that ribbon, baker's twine, whatever you want to call it, the floofy stuff. And this is going to be my soft embellishment. I love that. I learned that at on stage, the soft embellishment and the hard embellishment. So we've got the baker's twine for a soft embellishment, and then we just need to add a hard embellishment. Make sure my card is opening the right way, because we've all done that before, right? Okay, so now for this one, I went a little bit crazy. I didn't have this particular sentiment that I wanted to use, so I actually used parts of the Timeless Greetings kit. So I used a piece of extra cardstock and a greeting from that kit. And here is the sentiment. It says, "You make the world a better place." Oh, so cute. And then I ripped it, because why not? And then I distressed it a bit because it was too bright. So again, adding some ink to the edges, blah, blah, blah. Popped that on there. Oh, I also used some of the embellishments. So I popped some of those on there. I've got my little sentiment and my twine. And through the magic of television, woo! Here's my finished card. So you can see there's my little hard embellishments, again from that Timeless Greetings kit. And then of course I put a layer inside because I always do. This actually makes a huge difference when you stand your card up. If now of course it's not going to do it, especially in vertical cards, if you find that they like topple over and stuff, just add a layer on the inside and they'll stand better. This one of course is gonna make me a liar. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. We still have tons of presentations to go. And I might be back with another project. We'll see. It's my party, so I can do more presentations if I want to. Happy stamping. Don't forget, again, to just follow all of the presenters. If you want to place an order with them, that's amazing. I'll put my shop link and all that kind of stuff in there. And we also have a PDF available to buy with all of the projects in it. So you'll get the supply list, the links to the videos, the photos, all the measurements, all the details, that kind of stuff for all of the projects. And that's $25 Canadian. And the full proceeds of that are going to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So, great cause, fighting Parkinson's disease. So, yeah, happy stamping. I hope you guys are enjoying the party and will continue to do so. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.